Spring is in the air, do 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 do, spring is in the air. It is the 1st of September, hello, hello. I'm Daniel O'Brien from Chicken Caravan, and this is part of my series, which is called Project Surplus. Basically, I'm going to show you in between now and Christmas how to create a cost-neutral farm. And because it's springtime, I thought let's show you our veggie garden. So I have had a bit of a head start on the veggie garden, and it's probably a bit late to give you this advice now. But if you want a good veggie garden, don't wait till today. You got to start it in July. So that's what we've done, and that's why we've got things growing already. We're still heaps far behind where we'd want to be, because this garden, see all that black plastic, that's all going to be vegetable garden. But I'm actually waiting on materials being wood chip, and we're also making our own compost. So we've got a bit going on. But I want to show you where we're up to with the vegetable garden. Because you'll probably see more and more harvesting of some of the veggies over the next few months. So at least you can see 1st of September what's happening in the veggie garden. One thing I do want to say is with this particular vegetable garden, this is a collaboration project, and I would advise you, if you want to put in a mega veggie garden like what we've got, so where that Chicken Caravan 30 is, that will be vegetable garden. So it is a large vegetable garden. Not quite a commercial market garden, but pretty huge. If you're going to put in a mega veggie garden, collaborate. You might have the land, someone else doesn't, to say, hey, come and do your vegetable garden on my place, or vice versa. You could go do it on someone else's place. Get some other people involved, because the effort it's going to take someone to plant, say, one row of something compared to 2 rows, it's not quite double because you're already there. If you can get other people involved, so they come out one day a week or something, or you go to them one day a week, and you can work together on it, you can do a lot more with a lot more people. So if you can create a community garden, and it might not be sort of on council land, but it's on your land, but have that community mindset, you can do heaps. And that's probably why we're going to have a big garden, because we're going to get a lot of people involved, and we're just going to all share the produce, and it's fun. So what I'm showing you here, I personally can't take credit for all of it. There's been a lot of hands that have made this happen. So I want to go through some of the things that we have got growing. I've done some mulching. So this row here, this is broccoli. So a tip, if you don't want weeds and you don't want to water as often, mulch. Just put mulch down. Over here, these are snow peas, and as of like last week, we've just started to get flowers. So flowers mean those flowers are going to turn into actual snow peas. So we've got the snow peas here. These are all snow peas, and then here these are some, I think they're climbing beans. They've been a bit slow. The beans have been a bit slow. I threw these in this one. I've got some bones here because they've got nutrients and they're going to break down. These are snow peas. Some have got purple flowers. They're probably a different variety. If you know what the difference between snow peas are with the purple flower versus the white flower, put it in the comments. We've sprinkled some seeds down here, and that is parsley. So parsley is going to come up with the snow peas. I better read the labels, otherwise I'm going to say something's an onion and it's really a shallot or something. Okay, so this is red onion. We're almost ready to mulch. I didn't want to mulch too soon and then mulch over some seeds that are coming up. So that's some red onion. This one here is silver beet. So they're slowly coming up. This one here is celery. So they're tiny. Some of them are hard to see. We've got some beetroot here. Can you see the? Very small, but we've got beetroot in here. This row, what's this? Oh, it is so faded. I don't know what this one is. Sorry, I didn't plant this one out. I can't see. It's faded in the sun. Okay, over here, this is wicking beds. So wicking beds, so basically it's got water in. So what have we got? We've got some spinach in there. So the way these work is there's water in the bathtub up to wherever this hole is, which is the drain hole. So the bottom half has got water, so the roots just go down and find the water. So you're not losing much to evaporation. So it's a different system. These are all wicking beds. So we've got a tank. It's got water in it now. And then it flows down into here. So it fills up that one with water. And then they're all joined by little pipes. So this little quarter of the garden is planted out and there's things coming up. We've got another trellis here and we've got more rows, as you can see. So it's a wood chip base, and then we've put our compost in the rows. And then this is expansion zone. This will be sort of phase 2 and then phase 3. To get those phases happening, yeah, I just want more wood chip. So we're using a wood chip because we've seen other people do it. We've heard really good results, especially in a drought situation. Not that we're in a drought at the moment. I think we've had more floods in the last 2 years than we have probably in the 15 years before that. But I'll show you something about the mulch that's really cool. So this is the mulch. When I say mulch, it's like wood chip, bark chip. So it's very hard for the weeds to grow straight into it, but you dig down a bit, and not that it's the driest time in the world, but it's got moisture. I could almost, they're big chips, I could almost wring water out of that. Like it's got that shiny wet look to it because it holds moisture, and this is why we want bark chip, and we've heard it's so good. It's so good for keeping the weeds out, and it also holds moisture, so you don't have to do as much watering. So all the pathways, everything is going to be mulch. It's on a big bed of wood chip. The one thing we do need to watch with the wood chip is it can potentially like suck nitrogen away from the plants. So we need to be aware of that. So we're trying to make sure our compost is in top condition, so we're not pulling nitrogen from the plants. The other thing we've done is I went under the Chicken Caravan 30 and got half a bucket of manure, maybe a quarter bucket of chicken manure, and I've put it in this wheelie bin here. It's actually not smelling that bad, maybe because it's got a bit of a layer on the top. And what we can do with a watering can, we can just scoop a little bit of that and maybe dilute it and just pour it on the edge of the beds. I wouldn't pour it straight over the top of a lettuce or something, but we can pour it on the side of that row, which that's just going to be very high in nitrogen. So what the wood chip is sort of taking away from the plants, we're just adding that nitrogen back. The first year it'll do good. It'll be a bit slower than what we'd like. The following year the wood chip would have broken down more, and we're going to get a more productive season. So when you're looking at this vegetable garden, I've got a long-term plan. Like, I'd love to say in 6 weeks from now we've got a garden going right to the end there where those chickens are. We're probably not realistically going to do that, but I'd rather shoot for it and maybe have it in there by Christmas. And then next year when we come, we've got a lot of fertility in the soil. We've got worm farms going at the moment. I want to put the worms into the garden beds. I don't want a worm farm where the only worms are in the worm farm. I want my garden to be the worm farm. So that's where the garden's up to. To give you an idea, if you can visualize a top view, there's 3 bays of the garden. They're 10 meters by 20 meters. The reason I've done that, I can put a 30-meter hose on the corner of each bay, and that 30-meter hose will reach anywhere. That's why I've engineered it to be 10 meters by 20 meters. So they're 20 meters wide. Sorry, it doesn't matter. 10 meters wide by 20 meters long. And I've got 3 bays, and in between each bay is a 3-meter roadway. So if we want to bring a trailer load of something in, or the tractor, or get a vehicle, or park your wheelbarrow somewhere, I didn't want to have a garden that you want to get to sort of the middle of it and you're trying to sort of tippy toe right through the middle of the garden just to get a wheelbarrow in. So I've got sort of three bays, which is 10 metres by 20 metres, and then I've got 3-metre roads in between. So so in total it's 36 metres by 20 metres, this big garden here. So happy springtime to you. If you haven't got a garden in, don't give up, just get into it. Go plant some seeds now and make it happen. And then come Christmas time, you'll have abundance. And that's what I'm trying to do on my farm. So Christmas time, I'll have chicken to eat, I'll have pork to eat, I'll have rabbit to eat, I'll have venison to eat, and then a bunch of vegetables straight out of the garden. Hope you are having a great day, and I look forward to talking with you on the next video. Here at Chicken Caravan, we obviously make caravans for chickens. This one here holds 10 chickens, and this one here holds 600 chickens. Our vision is to see the world farming sustainably, and to do that, we want to continually develop sustainable farming systems that can be duplicated worldwide. Since we built our first chicken caravan back in 2010, our chicken caravan products have now been exported to over 20 countries around the world. Although chickens are our main focus, we also have development projects with sheep, pigs and rabbits. To find out more about the Chicken Caravan company, please go to chickencaravan.com.